we're going to be taking a look at now 1961's from the UK, filmed in London and in Ireland, called a monster film called Gorgo. Gorgo was a man in a monster suit and kind of followed the traditional kaiju tradition in this film. It was, like I said, it was filmed in England, partly in Ireland as well, if I believe, at least the beginning of the film was, in Technicolor. And let's have a look at Gorgo. I've got my monster guide book here, with illustrated dinosaur guide here to just guide us through a few things here as well. But Gorgo came out in 1961. It's from the same director as Beast from 20,000 Phantoms. And also it's from the same director of Behemoth. Gorgo is an interesting one because you could see it was either, when you think about it, Beast from 20,000 Phantoms inspired Godzilla, from what I understand. So it's the same director doing his own monster films in the golden age of giant monsters and dinosaurs throughout the 60s and stuff. So take a look at Gorgo, British monster on the loose movie. A volcanic eruptions of the Irish coast releases a 60-foot high monster which is captured by and put on the London Fun Fair. The creature's enraged. A 250-foot high mother looking for her offspring, destroying everything in her path, is on the loose. Despite good performances and excellent colour photography, this is a letdown by a poor man in a monster suit effects and terrible matte work created by Tom Howard. I wouldn't say it was terrible, but that's just according to the book. It is a remake. Well, it did get remade as kind of like Gappa, which came in 1967 from Japan. But back to Gorgo, sorry. Gorgo's an interesting one because it was like, you could say it was the British version of Godzilla in some ways, but he doesn't breathe fire. He's got his offspring, which gets captured and put on, like I said, the London Fun Fair. And Gorgo, the real Gorgo, turns up, the mother, to trash the place, to trash London, breaking down Big Ben, and you've got the army trying to stop it, like in the traditional sense of or your kind of kaiju Godzilla films and stuff like that. But Gorgo is in full colour, in Technoscope, in widescreen, and I enjoyed Gorgo. This book is a good book, but isn't a review about this book or anything like that, but it kind of is inspired by the Jurassic Park era, the CGI effects and everything like that, so I'm not going to go by that or anything. I'm going to go by my own opinion on Gorgo, as in I actually enjoyed Gorgo. It's one of those films you watch growing up and you probably never forget it. It is a man in a monster suit, yes it is, and the performances really aren't that bad, I didn't think. Maybe a bit stereotypical in places and stuff like that. You know, they've got the tough Irish and stuff like that. They've got a boy in there who's trying to... he's the voice of reason, this little Irish boy, and he comes back to London, if I remember correctly, to witness the baby Gorgo and also the giant Gorgo, which comes into play, well, not just play, to come in and trash London, which is great, trashing the sides. I don't think anything like that's really been done before or since or anything like that, but like I said, it's from the same director as the Giant Behemoth, if that's what it's called. Behemoth, the sea monster, from 1958, and of course the Beast from 20,000 Phantoms from 1953, which that trashed London as well, didn't it, if I remember correctly? Oh no, that was New York. It trashed New York. Sorry, I'll get it right in a second. But that trashed New York, didn't it? Like I said, Gorgo doesn't breathe fire like Godzilla, but you can see very similarities in like the suits and everything like that. It's got like flaps for ears or behind its ears or whatever it is to help it swim or whatever. But Gorgo is an interesting one. I think it came out on Blu-ray in America, but this is my DVD-R of Gorgo and everything. So I think you should check out Gappa as well. That's an interesting find as well. Kind of Japan basically remakes the story. It's not from Toho, this one, or anything like that. By the way, this is from MGM and the King Brothers production. Bill Travers, William Sylvester, Vincent Winter. You know, I'm not familiar with those names or anything else, so I'm not going to lie or anything like that, but Gorgo is worth checking out, especially in widescreen, and I find it a very colourful film, to be honest, and I did enjoy Gorgo, like I enjoy most monster films, especially Godzilla. But I think you should check out Gorgo, and out of 5 stars, I'd probably get about a 3 actually. 3 out of 5 stars. That's just my opinion. In this book, they only gave it a 2 dinosaurs out of possible 5. But like I said, this is a good book, full of information, but very critical at the same time. The illustrated dinosaur guide, so it's a dinosaur movie guide, written by Stephen Jones, introduction by the late Ray Harryhausen. But in the meantime, check out Gorgo.